Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara Calderon, and this is the channel Rewriting the Reality. In today's episode number 140, I am going to refer to a gospel that was never took into consideration by the Roman Empire to compose the Bible. I refer to the Gospel of Judas, which is an ancient Gnostic text that provides a unique perspective on the relationship between Judas Iscariot and Jesus. Unlike the canonical Gospels found in the Bible, this non-canonical, or apocryphal, Gospel portrays Judas in a positive light. It consists of conversations between Jesus and Judas Iscariot, and it advances a Gnostic cosmology. According to the text, Judas is the only disciple who accurately understands Jesus' teachings. It was likely composed in the 2nd century, prior to 180 AD, by Gnostic Christians. The only known copy is a Coptic language text, carbon dated to around 280 AD, plus or minus 60 years. Although it's in Coptic, it's believed to derive from an earlier Greek manuscript. Before going into details about this gospel, let me remind you that our reality is based on beliefs, that are only a few truths, like love, color, sound, tone, etc. Truths transcend and are valid in all dimensions, in contrast with our beliefs that are only valid here in our world. Traditionally, there were 12 original apostles chosen by Jesus, along with the Apostle Paul. These 12 disciples played a central role in Christianity, personally selected by Jesus to carry on his mission. Their names are as follows. 1. Simon Peter, a fisherman who became a pillar of the early church. 2. Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, known for his missionary spirit. 3. James, son of Zebedee, part of Jesus' inner circle. He witnessed the transfiguration and was the first of the 12 to be martyred. 4. John, son of Zebedee, brother of James, also part of Jesus' inner circle. 5. Philip. 6. Bartholomew. 7. Thomas, known for his doubt and later affirmation of Jesus' resurrection. 8. Matthew, Levi, a tax collector called separately by Jesus. 9. James, son of Alphaeus. 10. Thaddeus, Judas, son of James. 11. Simon the Zealot. 12. Judas Iscariot, unfortunately, believed to betray Jesus. These apostles played a critical role in establishing the early Christian church, spreading the gospel to Jews and Gentiles alike. Luke 6 verses 12 to 16 recounts how Jesus chose these 12 apostles after spending a night in prayer. Their diverse backgrounds and experiences contributed to the rich tapestry of early Christianity. No, all of them wrote gospels about Jesus, only Matthew and John. The other 10 probably never wrote anything about Jesus, but Thomas and Judas. However, these Gospels were never considered by the Roman Empire, which is now the Vatican, to be part of the Bible, and probably will be never part of the Bible because they will diminish the power of the Church over us. Mark and Luke were not disciples of Jesus, but each offer unique perspectives on the life, crucifixion, and resurrection of Jesus. Also, let me tell you that none of these Gospels mentioned in the Bible explicitly names its author within the text. Let's explore the traditional attributions. 1. Gospel of Matthew, traditionally attributed to Matthew, the tax collector turned disciple. While all 3 synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, list him among the 12 disciples, only Matthew explicitly calls him a tax collector. Interestingly, Mark and Luke refer to him as Levi. Some scholars believe these are 2 separate individuals, but most consider them one person who went by both names. External evidence from early church fathers is ambiguous, with Papias mentioning Matthew's work in Hebrew or Aramaic, but the exact nature of his authorship remains uncertain. 2. Gospel of Mark, often associated with John, Mark, a companion of the Apostle Paul. Mark's gospel emphasizes action and vivid storytelling. His account is concise and fast-paced, focusing on Jesus' deeds and miracles. 3. Gospel of Luke, traditionally attributed to Luke, a physician and companion of Paul. Luke's gospel provides a detailed and orderly account, emphasizing Jesus' compassion and interactions with marginalized groups. Luke also wrote the book of Acts. 4. Gospel of John, the authorship of John's gospel remains mysterious. Early church tradition identifies the Apostle John as the evangelist, but some speculate that it was written by disciples of John. Regardless, John's gospel stands out for its theological depth, emphasizing Jesus' divinity and eternal significance. In summary, while tradition associates specific names with each gospel, their true authors remain anonymous. Yet, these texts continue to inspire faith and illuminate the life of Jesus. As you see, all the gospel of the Bible are based on beliefs. The Judas's gospel is a type of early Christianity that diverged from mainstream beliefs. Here are the key points. 1. Origin and beliefs. Gnostics believed in secret knowledge, gnosis, as the path to salvation. They considered the material world created by an evil being and inherently flawed. Christ, in Gnostic thought, came to liberate people from this world through spiritual experience. Zweiter Christ in Gnostic Tradition. Gnostics saw Christ as a divine being who took human form to lead humanity back to its own divine nature. Unlike Orthodox Christianity, which emphasized faith and obedience, Gnosticism focused on direct experience with the divine. 3. Variety of teachings. Gnosticism isn't a single system, it encompasses diverse currents like Valentinianism and Scythianism. Gnostic ideas spread beyond Christianity, influencing movements like Manichaeism and surviving in Mandeism. The Gospel was discovered in the 1970s near Beni Mazar, Egypt. A leather-bound Coptic-language papyrus document, known as Codex Chakos, contained this remarkable text. The Codex also includes 3 other ancient texts. Its penultimate owner, antiquities dealer Frida Nussberger Chakos, named it in honor of her father, Dimaratos Chakos. Concerned about its deteriorating condition, she transferred possession to the Maecenas Foundation for Ancient Art in Basel, Switzerland, in 2000. On April 6, 2006, the National Geographic Society published the first English translation of the Gospel of Judas from Coptic. The text portrays Judas's actions as obedience to instructions given by Jesus, in contrast to the canonical Gospels that depict him as a betrayer. The text begins by announcing that it is the secret account of the revelation that Jesus spoke in conversation with Judas Iscariot during a week, 3 days before he celebrated Passover. It goes on to describe Judas as Jesus' closest friend, someone who understands Christ's true message and is singled out for special status among Jesus' disciples. In the key passage, Jesus tells Judas, "You will exceed all of them. For you will sacrifice the man that will replace me." Kaiser, the translation project leader, offers an interpretation. Jesus says it is necessary for someone to free him finally from his human body, and he prefers that this liberation be done by a friend rather than by an enemy. So, he asks Judas, who is his friend, to sell him out, to betray him. It's treason to the general public, but between Jesus and Judas it's not treachery. The Gospel of Judas is a fascinating ancient text that offers an alternative perspective on the events surrounding Jesus and his disciples. Here are some key points from the Gospel. 1. Judas as a hero. Unlike the canonical Gospels, which often portray Judas Iscariot as a traitor, this Gospel presents him in a more positive light. Judas is depicted as a key figure in Jesus' mission, rather than as the betrayer. 2. Secret conversations. The Gospel of Judas contains conversations between Jesus and Judas. In these dialogues, Jesus imparts secret knowledge to Judas, revealing mysteries about the divine realm and the nature of existence. 3. Gnostic cosmology. The text aligns with Gnostic beliefs, emphasizing the importance of inner knowledge, gnosis, and spiritual enlightenment. It suggests that salvation comes through understanding hidden truths rather than following external rituals. 4. The betrayal. While the Gospel portrays Judas as a necessary instrument in fulfilling God's plan, it still acknowledges his role in Jesus' arrest and crucifixion. However, it reframes this act as part of a divine purpose rather than a betrayal. 5. The demiurge. The Gospel of Judas introduces the concept of the demiurge, a false god responsible for creating the material world. According to Gnostic thought, the true God exists beyond this flawed creation. Remember that interpretations of ancient texts can vary, and the Gospel of Judas remains a subject of scholarly debate. Its discovery in the 1970s shed light on diverse early Christian beliefs and practices. We can't forget that the Bible was composed by order and guidance from the Roman Empire to keep Jesus' followers content, happy and under control. In other words, the Bible was the instrument used by the Roman Empire and later by the Church, or the Vatican, to control us. That means that the Bible is not a sacred book at all. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and remember that you can buy my books at Amazon.com under my name Tomas Guevara Calderon.